How's it going, guys? Welcome back to a Singaporean Life. I'm your host Jiala, and for today's video, if you guys have actually been watching TV in Singapore, not that I know that of many people actually still watching TV in Singapore, but if you do, then you've probably seen this advertisement floating around somewhere at some point during a commercial break.
无负担的满足感，纯植物新餐肉 OmniMeat Luncheon。
Okay, so it is about a new product called OmniMeat. Okay, so it is a vegan product, so it's basically a mock luncheon meat. And you know, as a meat lover myself, I'm very curious to try all these sort of new impossible food products, as they like to call it, impossible burgers and all that, you know, basically meat stuff but in vegan form. And I'm really curious to see how well they can pull off the actual thing. Okay, so my parents are going to go ahead and get the product from my nearby supermarket on their weekly grocery run, and we'll see how it tastes. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so to begin, you first have to take it out of the freezer. So after you buy it, it is advised that you guys store this in your freezer, and this is how it looks like when you see the packaging in the supermarket. Exactly how it looks like in the commercial. I expect the package to be a little bit bigger, I don't really know, but yeah, so this is the actual size of the package, as you guys can see, and there's like 6 pieces in one package. Okay, so this compared to your 1 can of luncheon meat, I would say it feeds about the same number of people. Okay, maybe the canned luncheon meat is a little bit more depending on the size, but yeah, this thing is like 4 to 5 times more expensive than your regular luncheon meat, which means that it better taste 4 to 5 times better, or not it's not going to be really worth it. Okay, so you can see all the description on the packaging: high in protein, no cholesterol, source of dietary fiber, kind for all, cruelty free, no added MSG, all purpose and hassle free, no added nitrates, vegan, no added preservatives, non-GMO, no garlic and onion. Okay, and there's some cooking instructions at the back, which is what we're going to be following today. So remove from packaging and cook directly from frozen. Okay, so this is very convenient, which means I don't need to take it out ahead of time and defroze it first, which is kind of nice. And then you just pan fry, add vegetable oil, pan fry luncheon meat on both sides, and turn every 1 minute for a total of 4 minutes. So we are going to be following the instructions exactly. Okay, it doesn't tell me exactly how much how high the heat should be. Like, should it be cooked over high heat, medium heat, or low heat? We're going to be using medium heat today, and it says cook until internal temperature reaches a minimum of 74 degrees. So I don't exactly have a cooking thermometer, so we aren't able to use that here. So we'll just, you know, base it off agar-agar. We'll just look at the color, and if it's good enough, then yeah, we'll just take it out. Okay, for soups, pan fry luncheon meat before serving, and storage method, keep frozen minus 18 degrees. Refreezing is not recommended. Okay, so without further ado, let us get started. Okay, so I'm going to set my camera down here, and then I am going to, you know, move the camera about when I start cooking later. So let me first take this out of the packaging first before we get started. Okay, I'll shift this out of the way, and going to open up the packaging. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside. Ooh, it's in a little tray. Okay, right here, 6 frozen meat, or should I say vegetable patties, whatever this is called. Okay, so just enough for my whole family of 5. I think I will probably take an extra one if it's good, or not I will probably just cut it up and split it into 5 or something like that. Okay, so it's still frozen, and that's exactly how they want you to cook it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn on the stove right now. Okay, medium heat, and then we are going to add some vegetable oil. Okay, so this is the oil I'll be using. It's canola oil, not vegetable oil, but it's okay, it works the same way. Okay, so you just pour some inside. I'm just going to use whatever oil that I have at home to cook this thing. Let me just wash my hand first, because I'm going to have to handle the camera so you guys can see everything later on. Okay, so I'm going to swirl the oil around. good amount of oil. Make sure nothing is sticking, not too much, because we're just pan frying it, we're not deep frying it. But you want to have enough oil to coat the entire base of the pan so that this thing doesn't stick or whatever. Okay. Alright. So just wait a little bit for the oil to heat up before we get started. Okay. I apologize for a little bit of the background noise. It's kind of noisy outside, and I already closed the windows, but it's still pretty noisy. So there's planes flying around outside, and my house, the kitchen is sort of facing the main road, so there can be a little bit of noise from the cars and all that, but that should be fine. Okay, so I think it's pretty much hot enough. Okay, so I'm going to take one piece here and start pan frying. Okay, so we'll pan fry multiple pieces at a time to save time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you want to hear that nice sizzling? They'll tell you that your oil is hot enough, and there's going to be a little bit of splatter because you're cooking this from being frozen, right? And all of the water from the frozen ice is going to cause all that splatter. Okay, so if you're a little bit afraid of this, you can use a cover, but otherwise it should be fine. Okay, so we want to flip it every 1 minute for a total of 4 minutes. I'm not really keeping track. Okay, so now here I have a cover to make sure the oil doesn't get on me. Okay, so that's what we'll be using right here. These are how the patties look like. I'm trying to keep track of time here based off the camera's recording, and we'll flip it at the 1 minute interval. Afterwards, we'll flip it again. So we are going to flip it a total of 4 times. Okay, and you'll have 2 minutes to cook on each side. Alright. Now we're just going to wait until the time is up for me to flip it, and I think I will need something else to help me flip it as well. I think I'm going to take another spoon here so I can flip the thing more easily. All right. So just give it a few more seconds, and it should be 1 minute, I think, at least based off my rough predictions. Okay, so I'm not sure how easily this thing is going to burn. I don't want it to burn too easily, so I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to bring the cover up, place the cover to the side, and we are going to start flipping it. Okay, so with this. Okay, yeah, there's quite a lot of splattering, so if you're afraid to get splattered by the oil, then this is going to be a little bit trickier for you to cook. Since you're supposed to cook it from frozen, there will be oil splatters. Okay, so there will be oil splatters regardless of what you do. I'm going to use the cover. Hopefully it doesn't steam or affect the overall temperature of it too much. This is really just to help me, not get splattered too much by the oil. Not that I'm actually afraid or anything, but it's less messy, and so that everything doesn't become too oily around the cooking area and all that. Alright, so here we are, and look at it. I'm gonna give you guys a closer look. Okay, so first impression, it looks exactly the same as any other piece of luncheon meat that you buy from supermarket. So looks wise, it passes. Okay, it smells exactly like it too. Okay, very nice and fragrant smell. Okay, so the smell definitely can pass off for the real thing as well. Now, very excited the taste test. Okay, let's take a bite into this. Wow, to be honest, it tastes like exactly like luncheon meat. Almost couldn't tell. Okay, there's a very faint difference in the taste. Okay, texture wise it is exactly the same. Okay, taste wise it is 90% similar to the actual luncheon meat. If you didn't tell me this was vegan, I would never have guessed. And Get a nice saltiness you get from your regular luncheon meat. All in all, really good. But is it worth the 4 to 5 times price difference as compared to your regular luncheon meat? I would say no. I wouldn't say it's better than the regular luncheon meat, but I wouldn't say it's worse either. It's about the same. Yeah, so I think they did a really good job of trying to imitate what luncheon meat actually tastes like. This is like almost 99% similar. You can't tell texture, taste, smell, everything. It's very similar to the real luncheon meat. So you can go ahead and pass this off as luncheon meat, and if you don't tell people, they probably won't know about it. The gripe that I have is obviously the price. For this price, I could probably get 3 to 4 cans of the regular luncheon meat, so I'm getting like 3 to 4 times this amount. So I would say for the price, this is not worth it. If you guys want to go for something, if you have luncheon meat cravings basically and you're on a budget, then yeah, stick with your regular luncheon meat. You know, this is not a must try in my opinion, because it tastes exactly the same as luncheon meat. There's really not much difference, so you can just get away with eating the regular luncheon meat. If you like to eat healthier, if you're vegetarian and all that, then sure, this would be a really good choice. If you have never tasted luncheon meat before in your life as a vegan or a vegetarian, this would be perfect for you, because this is exactly what luncheon meat tastes like. So that is my verdict and review of this product. Overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The looks, taste, smell, all that, very, very similar to real luncheon meat. It's just the -3 points, okay, is because of the price point. So yeah, that's it for this video. Anyways guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more such future content. Till the next time, I'm your host Jia Le. Peace out.